Hi everybody, it's Kristen Lamb and happy Monday. Even though we're vlogging, we are still here to talk about the craft of writing. I know, exciting times. Now you guys get to feel that digital kick in the tuchus in an intimate, more personal way. Okay, craft. Why do I find it so important that you guys understand craft? Well, of course, you have to have a really good product. I mean, I'm a social media Jedi, but I am not a magician, honey. None of us can help you build a platform that's going to sell a pile of steaming literary dog poo. You can't put junk out there. You want to know the secret to becoming a success at this writer thing, whether you're traditional, indie, or self-published? Write good books. Good books sell better than crappy books. I know. Okay, but seriously, some of you may or may not know how I started out my writer journey. Years ago, back when I was still in sales, I dreamed of becoming a writer. My family, since I was little, had always told me what a brilliant writer I was. So when I was out on the road and alone in those hotel rooms after eating at Cracker Barrel for the 937th time that month, I would start writing in the evenings. The problem is I felt because I had command of my native language and could construct a coherent sentence that I was therefore qualified to write a book. So, like many of you guys out there, I got plenty of rejections. No idea why. I mean, there wasn't a market for a YA thriller, memoir, Christian inspirational mystery. I mean, I wasn't just one genre. My book was all genres, so everyone would love it. Yes, again, I'm the moron. I am that writer that birthed the urban legends. Yes, when agents tell those stories, they're talking about me. Okay, so I finished this novel and query, and I get rejected, and I finally end up going to a critique group. And I thought that I would bring my pages just so they could catch some typos and missing commas and things, because I knew that just New York didn't see how awesome this book was and that it was just going to be a huge seller, and they were only putting out junk anyway, right? So I go to this critique group and they slaughtered me, like slaughtered, like blood, guts. It was very, very ugly. It was not pretty. So I even remember that I was out in the car crying, and I was totally going to give up on this writer thing because I just was so far out of my depth. I couldn't do it anymore. And when I sobered up and pulled myself out from beneath the Twinkie wrappers, I said, you know what? I am going to figure this thing out. So I took a job as a copy editor, and I read every craft book that I could get a hold of. And then when I started actually learning about my craft, it was at that point I went, oh dear God. So I feel you. My first novel, the one that was divinely inspired by angels, yeah, it was being used in Guantanamo Bay to break terrorists. Yes, I'll tell you where the bomb is, just not another page of that book! Okay, it was being used there until it was banned under the Geneva Convention. So now I have a copy of it in my garage, and sometimes I can hear it scratching at the door at night. So why did I bring this story up? Other than apparently I have a fetish for publicly embarrassing myself. No, I want you guys out there to know you're not alone. I mean, some of you guys ran out and you slapped up that first novel and you waited for the money to roll in, and then suddenly you got popped on the snoot and realized, wow, maybe I didn't know as much as I thought I did. And you know what? It's okay. It's a learning curve. It's a very public, humiliating learning curve. I mean, trust me, I am so grateful that 12 years ago, I couldn't run out and upload my tome, my 178,000 word Christian inspirational YA vampire romantic comedy, onto an ebook. but it's still a learning curve, only it's very different for writers these days in the digital age. If we're not careful, it can be a very public learning curve. Trust me, people have short memories. If you've screwed up, write another book, keep blogging, keep doing what you're doing. If friends read it, you've learned your lesson, it's a good book, you can recover. Like I said, people have short memories. But at the same point, that kind of public humiliation is one that could very well keep us from ever trying again. So if you think self-publishing and indie publishing might be the way for you, before you're so quick to dismiss New York and think that they don't know what they're talking about, here's the thing. They may be a little slow on the uptake when it comes to social media and the digital age, but usually with writing, they're pretty dead on. So if we keep getting rejected, we need to get to the heart of what that really is. And even if we're not, we're artists. We may be self-published, indie, or traditional artists, but we're artists. And we should always be learning, and we should always be growing and honing our craft. Because you know what? Do you know who doesn't have room to learn anything? People who write crap. I was one of them years ago. My writing reflected that I was an unteachable jerk. And life popped me on the snoot and taught me a really sound lesson. So guys, I'm glad that you guys tune in every Monday to learn about the craft here, but I learned from the best. I went and sought out the Bob Mayers, the Les Edgertons, the James Scott Bells, the Joseph Campbells. I read everything. I took every craft class. So please seek out these people that are willing to be mentors and learn from them. No matter what type of publishing that you desire to seek, good books sell better than crappy books. And we need to learn, we need to grow. There's more that's required, but the heart of what is required is that we write excellent books that readers want to read. So thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you guys on Mywana on Twitter or now on Facebook. The links are below. And thank you for your time, and if you have any craft questions, please put them down below in the comments section, and maybe we can do this again. And thank you guys for laughing at me, with me. See, at least I tell the truth. There's no mistake that you guys have made that I didn't do it first, and probably far more spectacularly. Anyway, if you're not failing, you're not doing anything interesting. So we're here to grow together, and we're here to learn together, and we are not alone.